The text message glowed on my phone. Screen, slicing through the dimness of our bedroom like a blade. Don't wait up. Late meeting with James. My thumb hovered over the reply button. Heart thudding against my ribs. A dull spreading like frost across my chest. I typed deleted. Typed again. Finally I sent. Hope you and James enjoy. The words felt like spitting glass. I stared at the screen, waiting for the three dots to bubble up, but there was nothing, just silence, heavy as the wedding band I twisted on my finger. Claire had been distant for weeks, her laughter clipped, her eyes darting away. When I asked about her day, the office was her excuse. Late nights, urgent projects, James, always James, her co-worker with the easy grin and tailored suits. I'd met him once at a company dinner, his hand lingering on her arm as he leaned in to whisper something that made her laugh too loud. I told myself it was nothing, just colleagues, just work. But now at 10:17 p.m., with her message burning in my hand, doubt gnawed at me like a starving dog. The apartment was too quiet, the kind of quiet that amplifies every creak of the floorboards, every hum of the fridge. I paced the living room, the city light smearing through the rain-streaked window. Her perfume lingered on the couch, jasmine and something sharper, like regret. I poured a whiskey, the glass cold against my palm, and sank into the armchair where we used to tangle together, her head on my chest, talking about nothing until dawn. Those nights felt like someone else's life now. I tried to rationalize it. Claire was ambitious, always had been. Late meetings weren't new. James was her project lead, nothing more. But the memory of her phone buzzing at 2 a.m. last week, her quick swipe to silence it, clawed at me. She'd said it was her sister, but her sister never texted that late. I'd wanted to believe her. Needed to, because the alternative was a fracture I wasn't ready to face. My phone pinged. A new message. What's that supposed to mean? I'm working. My pulse spiked. A mix of relief and suspicion. She'd seen my text. She'd answered, but the words felt defensive, too quick. Like she'd been caught. I typed back just what I said. Have a good night. I hit send before I could overthink it. My fingers trembling. The whiskey burned my throat as I waited, but no reply came. I couldn't sit still. I grabbed my coat and headed out, the rain cold against my face, the city's neon glow blurring in the downpour. I didn't know where I was going until I was halfway to her office. The glass tower looming like a judgment. The lobby was empty, the security guard barely glancing up as I lingered. Outside, peering through the rain. Slicked windows. No lights on the 12th floor where she worked. No late meeting. My stomach twisted. A sick lurch of betrayal. Back home, I checked her location on the app we shared. Something we'd set up for safety, not spying. Her dot pulsed at a hotel downtown, the kind with velvet ropes and overpriced cocktails. My mind spiraled. James's hand on her arm, her laugh, the way she'd started wearing that red lipstick. Again, the one she hadn't touched since our dating days. I wanted to call her, scream, demand answers, but instead I sat frozen, staring at that blinking dot, each pulse a hammer against my heart. The door slammed open at 10:04 a.m. Claire stood in the doorway, soaked, her coat clinging to her like guilt. Her eyes were wide, frantic, mascara smudged, like she'd been crying. What the hell was that text? She demanded, voice shaking. You think I'm cheating? I stood, the whiskey glass still in my hand, my voice low, raw. Are you? Her face crumpled, but she didn't answer. She dropped her bag, the zipper catching the light, and I saw it. A flash of red silk, a scarf I didn't recognize, stuffed carelessly inside. Where were you, Claire? I pressed, stepping closer. The air between us thick with unspoken accusations. A meeting, she said, but her voice cracked and she looked away, her fingers twisting the hem of her coat. With James. I told you there was no meeting. I went to your office. It was dark. My words were sharp. Each one a stone thrown into the fragile space between us. Her breath hitched, and for a moment I thought she'd break, confess. Let the truth spill like the rain. Outside. Instead, she laughed. A brutal, hollow sound. You checked on me. God, do. You hear yourself? You're paranoid. Then, why is your location at the Meridian Hotel? I held up my phone, the map. Glaring between us, her face drained of color, lips parting, but no words came. The silence was louder than any scream. It's not what you think, she whispered. Finally, her voice barely audible. James, he's going through something. He needed to talk. We grabbed drinks. That's all. Drinks at a hotel at midnight. My voice was flat, but inside. I was unraveling anger. Heartbreak and a desperate need to believe her all. Tangled together. Why didn't you tell me? Because I knew you'd act like this. She snapped, tears spilling now. You don't trust me. You never have. I wanted to yell that she'd given me no reason to trust her. That every late night, every dodged question, every glance at her phone was a cut to my faith in us. But the words stuck, choked, by the memory of her smile on our wedding day, the way she'd promised, forever under a sky full of stars. Show me your phone, I said, the demand, slipping out before I could stop it. Her eyes widened, a flash of panic, and that was when I knew the truth was therein. Her hesitation in the way her hand twitched toward her bag like she was guarding a secret. Mark, please, she said, voice breaking. Don't do this. But I was already moving, grabbing her bag before she could stop me. She lunged, but I was faster, pulling out her phone, the screen lit up with notifications, texts from James. Dozens of them stretching back weeks. Miss you. Already. Last night was incredible. Can't wait to see you again. Each word was a dagger, carving away the life we'd built. Claire was sobbing now, reaching for me, but I stepped back, the phone trembling in my hand. How long? I asked, my voice a stranger's, cold and hollow. It was a mistake. She choked out. It didn't mean anything. I love you, Mark. I swear. But the words felt like ash. I scrolled further. Each message anew. Wound until one stopped me cold. Tell him tonight, or I will send an hour ago. From James. I looked at her, the woman I'd loved for 7 years, and saw a stranger. He's making you choose, I said, my voice barely a whisper. What's it going to be, Claire? Her eyes met mine, and in them I saw the truth she couldn't say. She'd already chosen. The rain pounded outside, a relentless drum beat as I set the phone down and walked past her out into the night, leaving the pieces of our life behind.